The city of Arcanos was a place of endless mist and towering stone walls, built to keep its people safe or trapped. For 16-year-old Kyle, the walls felt like a prison. He worked each day at the blacksmith's forge, dreaming of what lay beyond the city, but never daring to ask aloud. His father, once a proud soldier, had vanished years ago, leaving Kale with nothing but silence and unanswered questions. One stormy night, Kale uncovered a hidden chest beneath the floorboards of his father's old room. Inside was a strange relic. A shard, glowing faintly with silver light, pulsing like a heartbeat. The moment Kale touched it, warmth spread through his chest, and the world around him shifted. He saw visions soldiers locked in battle against monstrous shadow creatures, their cries swallowed by darkness. A voice, deep and cold, whispered inside his mind. "The seal is breaking." Kale stumbled back, the relic slipping from his trembling hands. His heart pounded with fear and awe. Why was he seeing this? Why him? He wanted to throw it away, to pretend nothing had happened. Yet a strange pull gnawed at him, a feeling that this shard was meant for him alone. That night, Kale lay awake, staring at the ceiling. The relic's warmth still lingered on his skin, a constant reminder of what he had seen. His thoughts twisted between terror and curiosity. For the first time, he knew his quiet life was gone. Something was waiting for him, something far beyond the walls of Arcanos. Days after Kale found the relic, peace in Arcanos began to fade. The mist that once felt harmless now carried dread. Kale noticed shadows moving where none should be, stretching long and thin against lantern light. Each time, the relic under his shirt pulsed harder, like a heartbeat warning him of danger. One evening, screams tore through the city square. From the darkness rose a beast of smoke and flame, its burning eyes fixed on the crowd. People ran in panic, but Kyle stood frozen, his body shaking. Fear locked his legs, his chest heavy as stone. The monster lunged at a child, and in that moment the relic blazed with silver light. The shadow shrieked, its form unraveling before vanishing into mist. Silence fell. The people stared in confusion, whispering, "The shadows are real." Fear spread quickly. Walls and guards felt useless against something born of night. Kale walked home with trembling hands, guilt pressing on him. The relic reacted to the shadows, but was it drawing them closer too? If anyone knew, would they see him as cursed? That night, Kale climbed the blacksmith's roof and sat alone under the pale sky. The relic glowed softly, echoing his heartbeat. His thoughts twisted with fear and doubt, yet also a strange pull he could not resist. He wanted to believe this was all a mistake, but deep down he knew his life was no longer his own. Destiny was already reaching for him. The attack in the marketplace still haunted Kale's nights. Shadows filled his dreams, always ending with the same red eyes. One evening, while wandering beyond the walls, he met someone who would change everything. A girl stood over the fading smoke of a slain shadow beast. She held a jagged blade, her stance unshaken. "My name is Lyra," she said. "I've been hunting them since they destroyed my village." For the first time, Kyle felt he wasn't alone. The weight on his chest eased, replaced by hope. Yet Lyra carried her pain like armor. She fought with fury, every strike burning with anger. When another beast attacked, Kale froze. Fear gripped him again, his legs locked. But seeing Lyra charge forward sparked something inside him. The relic shone in his hand, guiding his strike. Together they fought, clumsy but united, and the monster dissolved into smoke. Afterward, Lyra's eyes narrowed. "You hesitate. Hesitation kills." Her words cut deep, but Kale didn't argue. Beneath her anger, he sensed grief she refused to show. That night, lying under the stars, Kale felt something new. Not just fear, not just duty connection. For the first time, he believed he could face the darkness if he didn't stand alone. Traveling with Lyra gave Kale strength. Together they ventured farther beyond Arcanos, where whispers spoke of rebel camps resisting the shadows. When they finally reached one, Kale felt something he hadn't in years: belonging. Fighters welcomed them, sharing food, stories, and trust. For a moment, Kale believed he had found a new family, but peace never lasted. Among the rebels was Daren, a silver-tongued warrior who gained Kale's trust quickly. He listened to Kale's secrets about the relic, promising guidance. Kale's chest filled with relief finally. Someone older, someone who understood. One night, Kale awoke to find the relic gone. His chest burned with panic. Lyra stormed into the camp, fury in her eyes. "It was Daren," she spat. The truth cut Kale deeper than any blade. Betrayal. They chased him through the dark woods, branches tearing at their skin. Kale's thoughts spiraled. How could he be so foolish? He had trusted too easily, desperate to fill the void his father left. Shame and anger warred inside him, each step heavy with regret. When they finally cornered Daren, Kale saw the relic in his hands, glowing faintly. Daren's grin chilled him. "You're too weak to carry it," he sneered. "This power belongs to someone stronger." Kale's heart pounded with rage, but beneath it was fear he might be right. Kale and Lyra chased Daren deep into the woods, until they reached ancient ruins. The air felt heavy, the stones covered in strange symbols. Daren raised the relic, its glow pulsing stronger than ever. "This isn't just yours," Daren shouted. "It's power enough to control the shadows themselves." Kale's stomach twisted. Fear and anger battled inside him. He demanded the relic back, but doubt whispered, "What if he's right? What if I can't handle it?" The relic blazed suddenly, dragging Kale into a vision. He saw warriors fighting endless night, a giant figure of darkness, and a crystal shattering into fragments. A voice echoed. "The Eclipse Stone sealed the Shadow King. Its pieces must never unite, unless fate demands it." Kale fell to the ground, breathless. He understood now. The relic was a fragment of that stone, a key to both hope and disaster. When he looked up, Daren was gone, vanished with the relic. Kale clenched his fists, shame burning through him. He had trusted too easily, and now the world might pay the price. Lyra touched his shoulder. For once, her voice softened. "We'll get it back. You're not alone." Her words steadied him. Though fear still weighed heavy, Kale felt purpose stronger than before. The truth of the relic had shaken him, but it also gave him reason to fight. Daren sat by the dying fire, shadows of doubt pressing on him. Every battle left new scars, not just on his skin but on his heart. He remembered his vow to protect, to never let fear rule him. Yet doubt whispered louder each night. The relic pulsed faintly in his hand, weaker than before. He felt it slipping, as though it judged his wavering spirit. Arin approached, her voice soft. "You're not alone. Don't carry this weight by yourself." He wanted to believe her, but guilt gnawed at him. In the last fight, a villager had fallen because he hesitated. That hesitation burned in his memory like a curse. When dawn came, the group moved through ruined fields. Villages were empty, smoke rising in the distance. Every survivor they met looked to Daren as their savior, yet he saw himself as the cause of their pain. That night, he stood alone, staring at the relic. He whispered, "If I fail again, take my life before theirs." The relic flared briefly, as though answering. In silence, he realized the path ahead wasn't just about strength, it was about forgiving himself. But forgiveness felt harder than any battle. The journey led the group into a forest where no sunlight touched the ground. Every step echoed with unseen whispers, chilling Daren's blood. The relic trembled, glowing faintly, as if warning him. Arin kept close, her eyes sharp. "Something watches us," she murmured. Daren nodded, sensing the same. The shadows moved unnaturally, twisting like living smoke. Suddenly, a voice slithered through the air. "Warrior, You cannot protect them all. The words seeped into his mind, each syllable heavy with poison. His grip on the relic tightened, but doubt resurfaced. A monstrous shape emerged from the darkness, neither beast nor human, but a shifting mass of claws and eyes. The forest itself seemed to bend under its presence. The group drew their weapons, fear thick in their breaths. Daren stepped forward. "You'll not touch them," he declared, though his heart shook. The entity laughed, echoing like broken glass. It lunged, and the fight began. The clash was unlike any before. Each strike felt meaningless, as if the shadows reformed endlessly. Daren realized this wasn't just an enemy, it was his fear made flesh. With a desperate roar, he raised the relic high. It flared with silver fire, cutting through the darkness. The whispers screamed, then vanished, leaving silence. But Daren fell to one knee, drained. He whispered to himself, "If my fear has a voice, what else waits inside me?" The battle with the shadow creature left the group shaken. Daren's body ached, his spirit heavier than before. The relic no longer shone as brightly. Its power seemed tied to his weakening resolve. Arin walked beside him, silent but watchful. She saw the way his eyes drifted, haunted by doubts. One night, as the fire crackled low, she asked, "Do you still believe we can win?" Daren hesitated. "I want to, but every fight breaks me more." His voice cracked, carrying both fear and guilt. Their journey brought them to a ruined city, its streets filled with echoes of battles long past. The walls were scarred, symbols of light and shadow etched into stone. Here, whispers of prophecy lingered, a warrior who would either save the world or doom it. The people they met bowed to Daren, calling him the Chosen. Yet he felt unworthy, their faith only deepening his doubt. At night, he dreamt of the shadow creature, whispering, "Your strength is a lie." He woke drenched in sweat, clutching the relic. Arin placed a hand on his shoulder. "You're not alone, Daren. Let me share your burden." For the first time, he met her gaze fully. Somewhere in her eyes, he found a flicker of the strength he'd lost. The path was broken, but together, maybe it could still be rebuilt. The ruins behind them, Daren and Arin pressed on toward the mountain where the final darkness stirred. Each step felt heavier, the air charged with unseen power. Survivors had whispered of an army gathering there, shadows rising under a single master. Daren's dreams grew worse. Every night he saw himself holding the relic, but instead of light, it bled darkness, consuming all he swore to protect. He woke trembling, fearing the prophecy might be true. Arin noticed his silence deepening. One night, she confronted him. "You're afraid the relic will turn against you." Daren nodded, unable to hide it. "If I fail, the world falls." She grasped his hand firmly. "Then we don't let you fail. This fight isn't yours alone." Her words struck deeper than any blade, reminding him that bonds, not power, defined his strength. As they neared the mountain, the sky cracked with thunder. From the peak, black fire burned, and a voice rolled down like a storm. "Chosen warrior, your end awaits." The ground trembled. Shadows poured from the cliffs, forming an army that blocked their path. The final battle loomed, the line between light and darkness ready to shatter. Daren raised the relic, his heart still unsure, but his will burning brighter than before. This was the storm he could no longer run from. The mountain shook as the shadow army advanced, their cries echoing like thunder. At their center stood the Shadow Lord, cloaked in fire and darkness, eyes glowing with endless hate. Daren gripped the relic, its surface cracking under the weight of the battle to come. Fear still clawed at him, but this time he did not stand alone. Arin stepped beside him, sword raised. "Together," she said, her voice steady. The clash erupted. Warriors of light and shadow tore across the mountain slopes. Arin cut through waves of darkness, while Daren pushed forward, each step burning with pain and resolve. At the summit, Daren faced the Shadow Lord. "You are not chosen, you are cursed," the dark figure hissed. The relic dimmed, nearly consumed. Doubt surged. But then Daren remembered every life saved, every bond formed, every word of faith given to him. He shouted, "I am not chosen because of fate, I choose to fight!" The relic blazed, brighter than ever before, silver light flooding the mountain. Shadows screamed and dissolved. The Shadow Lord staggered, consumed by the fire of Daren's will, until nothing remained but silence. As dawn broke, survivors cheered. Daren stood, weary but alive, the relic glowing calmly in his hand. Arin smiled at him. "You did it." He shook his head softly. "No, we did." For the first time, Daren felt not the weight of destiny, but the strength of hope. The world was safe, at least, for now.